What is up guys, it is Lely and we are back with some more PES 17 myClub action. First of all, the reason there's no face cam is because when I was playing this I wasn't feeling too well, so instead of seeing a blubbering mess in the top right corner, I thought let's not delay this series, let's play now, get something up and we'll keep this series ticking on nicely. So we start off this episode in Division 4 against a 698 rated opponent. You can see he's got Ronaldo, Messi, Iniesta and some other big boys as well. Someone said to me in the comments in the last match, try swarm the box for defending, it should help against headers. So I did that and you can see we go into the first match and the first way of action is he crosses it into the box and the header goes in against Marco Reus. Now I didn't expect Bellerin to win that header, but I thought at least challenge for it. I did try to challenge for the header, but it just wasn't happening, and that happened quite a lot today, well in this episode anyway. So you can see there this guy's just all over me. I couldn't manage to even play a simple pass out the back. Everything just felt so slow, so sluggish, and my team just felt second best to everything in this first half here. This is what happened. Ronaldo on top form and he couldn't even hit the target for me. It wasn't that I wasn't playing great, it's just whenever I did do anything decent. So I thought let's see if we can get an early goal in the second half, get our spirits up and give ourselves a chance. And then, well, I know you guys would have loved to see the live recording of this, but trust me guys, I was not smiling at that stage. I thought, what on earth? Second half kicks off and this is what happens. So I thought, you know what, let's just wait for this game to finish. Not much I could do. Let's grab a goal, let's get something going forward. You can see his goalkeeper making saves from point blank range, while my players are just slow to react there. Like, Bellerin got caught way on his heels there and I don't understand why. And what's the point even having a goalkeeper in goals for me when he's scoring straight on your near post? I just don't understand. So we end up grabbing a consolation and making it 4-1. So we go on to the next match of this episode against an 8-4-2 rated opponent, and you can see again the big boys, Ibrahimovic, Messi, Hazard. He's got Reus on the bench, Boateng on the bench. I'd love to have some like squad depth like that, but I just don't have the time to farm and get anywhere near that. So you can see he went for the first attack, which again for most people in this game is a cross into the box. So I thought let's show this guy how we play, and every time I try playing some nice football it always ends with niggly fouls, and that's PES's biggest problem. It's almost as if you get punished for trying to play good football, especially when you compare it to the cheap goals you concede. It's almost like punishment might be too much of a harsh word, but when you compare it to how other people score, it's like all they do is 2 passes and it's a goal, and you're there playing nice football and it gets disrupted so easily. Lack of punishment, things like that. And as you can see there, the guy puts the ball into the box and he scores. It's almost easier to score them types of goals than it is a one-on-one in this game. That's how ridiculous scoring from crosses has become. So you can see again, I still try keeping it nice, and you can see I carve this guy open, get Nani onto his weaker foot, and he buries it past the keeper and makes it 1-1. And the reason I noticed out that it was the weaker foot then was because a moment later, just a couple of passes later now, I set Nani through again, and this time it's on his stronger foot. And this is what really bemuses me about the game. I did the exact same thing I did for the goal. This time it was on his stronger foot. And I thought, right, at least hit the target. And it just makes me laugh, like, how can he be scoring on his weaker foot and then in the same position, doing the exact same thing, he ends up missing the target. So we carry on going forward, and you can see that I'm just trying everything now. Shooting from range, shooting from different angles, trying to play my way into the box. With basically peppering his goal. You're thinking it's only a matter of time before we actually, get a little bit of luck, just anything, a moment of quality, and then you know what it is, lads. Getting close to half time. You've been all over this guy, effortless from this guy, controls it with his heel, flicks into the box, and Messi with another bicycle kick, 2 bicycle kicks in one game. And I'm thinking, come on lads, just keep it together till half time. And my keeper makes a stupid, like, soft save, gets up as if he's just shagged Mr. Universe and starts celebrating as if he's won the game. And he then decides to just take the piss. He's just like, alright, you're going to hit it straight at me? Don't worry, I'll tap it in for him, don't worry. We'll give him a 3-1 lead, an undeserved 3-1 lead. And I'm just here thinking, what a terrible start to the season. And there I am, I win the ball, but what good is it? It just bounces straight back to him, just like it does for me right here. And he ends up popping it straight into the back of the net to make it 4-1. And I thought, you know what, just have one back, mate, fuck it. I brought Ronaldo on and thought, just give him a little bit of his own. And that was pretty much that for the second half. There wasn't really much going on in that match. So we go on to the third match of this episode, and it's against a 7-1-5 rated opponent. And this has got to be, I want to say, the most boring match I've ever played, because at the time I didn't notice that possession stat. If you didn't notice it, it was pretty much all the way to possession. At the time I didn't realise that, but within about 5-10 minutes of gameplay I knew this guy was all about possession. So every time he got forward, he would go forward, and then this is his counter attack. This is his idea of a counter attack. So he realised, I think, that he couldn't really do much, so he slowed it down, and this is how he tried building up all his attacks. And I'm not joking, whether he was winning, losing or behind, this is how he was playing. So I'm not gonna say he took the lead and then killed the game off, because as you can see in the first half we had so little action because he was literally just killing the game off by just holding it and doing nothing. So in the second half he actually did open up the tiniest bits. Well, straight away I was expecting him to just hold it up, but he decided to come out with the element of surprise and actually go forward with a effort on goal. So he opens up the game ever so slightly. I said ever so slightly because 60th minute he plays a pass, and this is PES, by the way. We know that I can intercept the ball, and it ends up being the world's rapiest touch, which led to his shot, and he ends up taking the lead. So you can see that I tried playing the through ball to Ronaldo, and for some weird reason it decides to ignore him and give it to the man who's marked up, and he ends up just clearing it away with ease, and he tries to keep the game going at his pace. So I decided to step up the aggression, went for a slide tackle, slid it into Overmars, and because he brought his keeper out, it made me slow down and settle myself, and thankfully I did that and ended up making it 1-1. And I thought, what, when I went 1-0 down, I thought I'd settle for the point, but then the game decided to open up for me a bit more. I got what I would say, I don't know if that was a penalty or not, because I don't know if he got the ball first, but either way I was blessed with a penalty, which Ronaldo never really misses. So we get 2-1 up, and I'm thinking the moment I get this ball I will hold out and just see the game out. But this is PES. When it doesn't want you to have the ball, you can get your foot to it, it will still find its way to the opponent, and he ends up smashing it in with, I think it was Draxler twice, and that ends up being a 2-2 draw. So an awful start to the season, and I thought, we can't end the episode like this. So we carry on going. We find ourselves a 7-6-7 rated opponent, and we see he's got Sturridge, Callion and Insigne up top, and I thought this isn't the strongest opponent, so I do stand a decent chance here. It's time to get some points on the board, but my goalkeeper deciding to show my opponent he's a bit of a retard really early on by palming it into the ground, which was a good part, but then he had to go and fall on top of it when the ball is literally just there waiting for him to pick it up. So we slide in Inaki Williams, who shows me why he shouldn't be on the pitch, as he gets 1-on-1 and puts it past the post. I'm thinking, what on earth do I have to do to score? And then Ronaldo shows what I need to do to score. The one thing that annoys me about that goal is the fact that the goalkeeper doesn't even dive. It happens to me so often that the guy strikes the ball, and from such ridiculous range, somehow the goalkeepers don't manage to get a dive in. It just feels like the shooting is way unbalanced, and that's the one thing that annoys me about this game. That happens a lot since, I think, around November or something, since they put a patch in around then, that the goalkeeper just can't keep up with the speed of the shots. So you can see I concede a typical, Lely goal to concede, which is basically just a header against me. A header against me is like a penalty. I just cannot stop them going in. So you can see here, we go into the second half, and I play a through ball to Ronaldo. I don't know why he decides to take the touch, but luckily for me, Ronaldo gets 2 bites of the cherry, and he makes it 2-1. And then, I just don't know what it is, but my players are just attracted to rapey touches, which leads to this chance here. Luckily for me, I know that guy probably didn't slow down with Messi. That just happens in PES. It's just weird, and it gave me a chance, and it ends up putting him off, and it keeps it at 2-1. So we get our first win of the season. I thought, let's go for one more, see if we can get another win at the halfway point. And we come up against a 900 rated opponent who plays with Giroud and Harry Kane, and he's got Navas and Leroy Sané, and I thought, right, he's going to switch to 4-4-2, which is what he did pretty much straight from the kickoff. And I wasn't looking forward to that. I thought this is just going to be headers galore. So we got the first chance of the game. I gave it to Ronaldo. I absolutely expected him to belt that into the back of the net, and he decides to actually try and place it himself. And then the keeper makes another 2 saves, I think. One from straight getting up, and then another from the actual shot. And again, there, I don't know why Dembele went to the keeper's side. I picked out the other corner, and he decides to ignore what I said. And he has fair enough, he has a decent pop and goal, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted him to do. So I play this one around the corner, and this time he actually puts it in where I asked him to put it in and gives us the lead. And again, lads, not to get too excited, because you can see here's Olivier Giroud beating Bellerin to that ball there. Pops it into the aerial beast, which is Jesus Navas, and he makes it 1-1. Like I said, lads, headers for me, I just don't understand. Whenever I'm dominating a guy, if I take the lead, it means all they got to do is put a header into the across into the box, which leads to a header, which is pretty much a penalty against me. So in the second half, it wasn't exactly all plain sailing for me here. It became a lot tougher this match. So I played one down the line to Ronaldo. He gets into a tight angle, a decent effort on goal, and he ends up hitting it slightly wide. And this is where this guy gets a real grip on the game. I say grip on the game. It's just basically cross after cross, and he slides one here through. He tries to play a sweat. Keeper makes a good save. See, I'm actually praising my keeper. He's made a few good saves this episode, with a few howlers in there as well. But, you know, give him credit where it's due. And the good things about these saves are that he's not actually parrying them straight into dangerous areas. And if they are, they're at least having a little bit of luck and going into my player. So this would have been some awesome goal, by the way, had he chested that and brought it down there. So we go into the final attack of this game. And lads, I'm not going to lie, I felt like the biggest villain in the world here. The moment I played this pass, I looked up and I thought,
my God, don't do this. Please, don't do this. Get up. Let's get up. Don't do it. Man, don't do it. No, don't do it. Think of your family. Think of your fans. Think of everybody. Oh, my God.
To be fair, this guy was peppering me with crosses all game. So I thought I'd give him one back. And luckily for us, it was the winner. He didn't have time to react. So we end this episode with a win and much needed points as we end the season. Well, not end the season. We get to the halfway point of the season on 7 points. We need another 10 for survival, another 13 for promotion. Will we get it? We'll find out very soon. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.